again, with similar to the, just real quick, to the, like the checklist. Like we think the checklist of the ideal um things about our ideal partner. Oh, they make this much money, they're this tall, they look this way, their measurements are X, Y, and Z, they dress this nicely, or they don't care about how they dress. And we think all those things
Yeah.
are true, but they're just guesses. We don't know how we would feel if we met somebody who met all of those things. Where and then there's this whole trial and error run of like, okay, well, can I meet this person? Can they do all these things? Okay, I met them. Am I
Yeah.
worth them their time? Are they interested in me? Okay, they are. Okay, we're together. Something's not working. Why? Like it takes so long to get to that place. And the same thing with our concepts. Whereas there is sort of, just like with that bird, there is some sort of natural thing that can just strike us and can give us a sense of possibility. It can give us a sense of excitement, gives a sense of something beautiful that doesn't need to be anything else before we're ready for it. It doesn't need to check off things on a list. It just is what it is, and it strikes us in a moment. Um, I wonder if that's maybe what Rousseau is pointing to as far as sort of the natural, um, sort of the natural goodness, I guess, because it's already there. We don't have to try and, like he said something about trying to fix it with money, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think he's pointing to there is this danger that Emil or any person, yeah, starts to have this idea that they need to be rich to be happy, you know. And Rousseau talks a lot about how a proper education gets us to focus on the fundamentals and not on all the minutiae of life that people, you might say today, that trend,
Hmm.
all the BS that people get excited about for a week and a half or an hour and a half, and then it's on to the next thing, and you practically forgot about. Remember what the thing was like last week? It was something different, but I mean, we were so into it, but I don't really know what it was. But anyway, this thing now is so exciting.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that will really like change humanity or be is just it feels so important.
yeah, yeah. And then it doesn't. And to catch that is a trick, right? To be able to, I mean, that I think is a fairly good explanation of where mindfulness or sati is applicable, is because you're like, if you're paying attention, if your memory is in the present moment, and you're actively like experiencing the present moment fully, then you're much better equipped to notice when those things change. And then you're like, wait, this doesn't mean as much as I think it did. These trends that I'm following, like they change every day. And if I'm enjoying that, okay, but if I'm not, or if, like, they can't be that important. What's more important? What's something that lasts longer? You know? So you can kind of tune into it that way, but I don't know that our world is necessarily set up to cultivate those kinds of virtues. I think that's a
No,
virtue. Yeah.